was off that pitcher, slash outside the off stump. That's a classic shot through the forward point position there, and that's raced across the boundary for 4 runs from Tia. Woohoo! Shot of the day, H, and it happened on the 4th ball. That is it. I reckon that's just about shot of the series, H. So hopefully Ashani doesn't get too disappointed with that, because the line was a little bit wide, but that's just a great shot. A great cricket shot. Wow, we never saw the full extent of that shot, H, but we can see the outcome, that's for sure. That's raced to the boundary. Nice little bit of willow she's got there, H. Right arm over to Shani, comes in once more. Outside the off stump again, that's called a wide. And that's what happens. You get hit for 4 through the offside and you overcompensate. But for me, that's not too bad, because that's outside the off stump, and that's what we've been calling for this whole series. Don't stray down leg side. Don't get disheartened. But this is a great start from Samoa. They hit over 110 runs. I think they're unbeatable in this series, H. If they can get over 110 runs in a game of Shani, that's a better line, that's a better length, and that's well fielded in the short cover position. Dot ball. Yeah, so scenarios are changing all the time, guys, and H will show you the table at certain times throughout here, and he'll be writing down scenarios for us as they come up. Right arm over, short again, a swing through the point position, a misfield there, and that's going to be an easy 2 runs to Tia. Takes her on to 6, and the score now on to 8 off the first over. A really brisk start by the Samoan team, and that's what their coaches would have said. Put Fiji on the back foot from the start. Very impressive stuff. But again, Ishani, don't be deterred by that. Your line was a lot better than it has been in a few of the other games where you tend to stray down the leg side a bit. So with the next bowler coming from the Manos end, a chance again for her to make inroads into this Samoan attack. She's coming right arm over the wicket. She's had impressive spells throughout the series too, hasn't she, H? A strong girl, nice action, right arm over the wicket. She'll look for a nice tight start this campaign today. Keep them down. In comes Lucky. Outside the off stump, wide outside the ump, and the umpire has called that a wide. Overcast again today, H. H is predicting that we won't get a lot of rain today. We had some last night after games finished here, or the Creo cricket finished. Nothing significant. Hopefully this cloud does burn up and it breaks away into a lovely sunny day, which has had on several occasions throughout this series. So fingers crossed that we don't get any rain today. Lavachi coming in, right arm over. That's a better line, that's a better length, and there's a fumble by the keeper, sort of a backstopper shot at the stumps, and that's through for 1 by. You watch when the senior keepers, they always get their pads together, don't they? Nothing that goes through, so a lean here, pads together, block, stop it, we're up with it, top all at all costs, in she comes more. That's a better line and a better length, and a miss. I think that might be a catch up. He's shaking his head in disappointment rather than the fact that that might have missed the bat. I'm pretty sure that trickled through. Let's have a look. We're waiting. Yep, that's 1 run, and that's a big blow. That is a big blow to Fiji's chances in this game. To drop Tia is a real let off once again. Full up, and that's knocked her stump out. That is a blinder of a Yorker, H. Adia has gone for 1, and Lavachi has found her line and length today. She's bowled an absolute outswinger to get the Tia and drop it. She's followed up big Yorker and sent Adia, who's been one of the players of the series, back to the boot for 1. H's mind working overtime here. Hello Willie, the jack of all trades in our office here, and also in the commentary box. He'll be working out scenarios. he'll be doing the maths. And for goodness sake, what a start. Rugi has entered the building. He's got water and lemons and a whole lot of other things. He's come at right at the right time, because we've had our first wicket, and this over is being very significant at the moment because it has sent Hadia back to the pavilion for only 1 run, and the score is 1 for 11. New batter coming out is NJ, and we'll pass over who his voice is going to be. Tested today, but he will get through. I don't know what he's got in that concoction of his, but it looks very tasty actually, Rudy. We've got lemons all over the place here. We smell like a citrus factory here, guys. My goodness. Morning, Rudy. Welcome back after...
what a beautiful day for cricket here.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
A little bit overcast. Looks like clouds hanging around, but...
Yeah, the weatherman went through it, Rooks. Mario, so we can forget that one because the Tossers won and Samoa are batting. Back to over to Rugi, guys.
Levasi continuing from the man of the ground. She's taken the first wicket for Fiji and a good start. Early wickets. Samoa 1 wicket down for 11 runs. And Nora Jade, was it?
Yeah, Nora Jade, mate. Yeah.
Nora Jade and Tia are in for Samoa. It is a very interesting game we have on our hands here, Hilsey, because both teams are aiming to. Samoa have the upper hand at this stage. They're on 8 points, are they?
Yeah.
They're on 6 points.
6 points, 3 wins.
3 wins. Fiji on 4 points.
Simple scenario for win day in Samantha play.
Yeah, some Fiji wins, it will come down to net run rate, and it will be interesting inclusion happening in both camps, making sure that they are on target with the net run rate calculations, especially the Fijians. But more just to this game, everything will be settled for them. And if Fiji wins, it comes down to net run rate. And like I said, the coaches and the management team, we get the calculators out when Fijians come into bat. Nora Jade on strike, Samoa. Levasi for Fiji. Last ball of the over. Full ball, safely guided by NJ for a dot ball. And that is the second over for Samoa. 1 down for 12 runs. Fiji, what a start, good start from them. First early wicket, and that is key to restrict Samoa to a respectable target for them to chase. And that is the points table for the tournament. Samoa on 6 points, Fiji on 4 points. Indonesia as well. Hilsey, they have mathematically they can do it, but it will come down to net run rate situation, and they are on positive 0.01 as well. PNG on 2 points, and Vanuatu will still play their last game this afternoon against Indonesia, and will be hoping to score their first win of the tournament. From Ritafling Court end of the Amini Park, Rusi has been introduced into the attack for Fiji, and she will be looking to take some wickets as the damage has been done by Levasi from the Manuel off the ground and slapped through to the point region. It's racing down to the boundary, holding up a bit, Hilsey.
Yeah, they're still wet out there, Roogs. Still wet out there.
Yeah, morning dews still around, and like I said, the bit of overcast has kept the place cooler, and it's a bit dewy outside in the outfield. Third ball coming from Rusi of Fiji. None for 2 runs. Tia on strike. 9 runs so far of 8 balls. Third ball. Played straight to the cover region. Straight to fielder, and dot ball again for Rusi. 2 balls to come of the third over of the Samoan innings. Fiji taking an early wicket in the previous over, Samoa won for 14. And Tia place it into the cover region through the gap and will go for 2 more comfortable runs for Samoa, and that will bring their score to 16 runs of 2.4 overs. Tia moves up to 11 of 10 balls, and Jay, the new batter in, is yet to score. 2 balls to go. Rusi coming from the Baobab Park. I beg your pardon, the Bisini Cricket Oval end of the ground, or even the Rita Flynn courts, netball courts end of the ground. 1 ball to go. Samoa 1 down for 16 runs. Tia on strike. I think the full correct name is Avetia. Edge to the gully region. Calls for a run, but decided not to do that, and that is the over ball. 4 runs off the over. Rusi's first over. It's 9 for 4. And Fiji, I beg your pardon, Samoa 1 down for 16 runs after 3 overs. And Samoa as well, he will be mindful of the net run rate, and they'll be looking to put on a good score, which will make it harder for Fijians to get it in quick time.
Yeah, for sure.
As they'll be worried about their net run rate in their run chase.
We chatted about that. We reckon if they get 100 runs, it's going to be very, very hard against the Samoan attack. So I don't know what you think. And TT, that's what she likes to be called, Rugi. Tia likes to be called TT.
TT, yes, it's
nice
Avetia,
yes.
Fetu, Mapu.
Yeah, that's a nice, or just
That's
TT makes it
full
easy.
name.
We could have NJ and TT out there. Makes it easy for us.
Is Nora Jade Salima.
They're mixing the bowlers up, aren't they?
Coming back, just introducing the attack for Fiji is Malay Wanganisao. First ball, pushed down the leg side. The umpire signals wide. More runs for Samoa. Extra runs off the wide ball. That will bring their score to 17 runs. Scoring at 6.6 runs and over at this stage, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And that is crucial for Samoa. As we've mentioned earlier, the net run rate will be in play should Fiji win. But it won't be an easy task for Fiji, as Samoa have looked very, very strong, a very, very strong unit throughout the tournament, and Fiji will have to bring their best game in their batting and bowling to have a chance to run down this strong Samoan side. Malay coming from the Manu at Otopot end of the ground. Score moves up to 19 of 3.1 overs. NJ on strike. Down the leg side again by Malay. That will be extra runs for Samoa. Brings their score to 20 runs.
I would have kept Lavachi on for 2 more overs, Rugi. I just think she looked very dangerous. Eh?
She did, and she took her early wicket as well.
Exactly, and she had a drop catch, and I'm not
they
sure
couldn't
about
do that.
rotating them too much.
Yeah, probably. The coaches probably thinking, they probably know as well, the Samoans have a strong batting side.
Yeah, and have to keep them up their sleeve. Yeah.
So changing up might unsettle the batters.
But they did capitulate against PNG. They only all out for 58. It was only Gabriel that got them over the line in that game with 18. So I'm not quite sure. I would have kept Lavachi on for sure, just for 1 more.
Correct, just for 1 more, and keep the pressure on the batters.
Yeah.
And hopefully they get a few more early wickets.
Yeah, that's the key to this game.
Change the momentum.
That's better. That's better.
Ball coming back over the wicket.
Yeah.
And I think that's a better option in their bowling, because She gets to bowl on the offside.
Yeah.
It's little lesser effort bowling over the wicket than coming around the wicket, trying to push the ball towards the offside. Malay, 3 wides and a single taken to
That's good. That's a ribbon.
That's an in-swinging Yorker and carefully played out by NJ. Just in the last moment, she put some bat on it.
Yeah.
Just enough to keep it out from hitting the stumps.
I thought that had got through, Drury.
For a moment too. 1 for 21. Malay 4th ball. And another big in-swinging Yorker. Nicely played onto the onside.
It's very well played, wasn't it? I thought that was through too.
And single run taken. 1 for 22. 2 more balls remaining in Malay's first over. NJ off the strike, off the strike, and she is off the mark. Tia comes onto the strike. 12 runs of 13 balls so far. It's 2 more balls to go in Malay's first over. Ball in the 4th over. Another big swinging Yorker up for an LBW appeal. The umpire says not out.
It was close, Rugi, I reckon. What do you think, CH?
I think it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that again.
She actually hit it.
I think, that's one of our Achilles heels here.
Yeah, if it was pad, it would have been very, very close.
H is going to, as H always does, have a look.
I
tell you what, she had to have hit it, hey? Had to be an edge.
Last ball, Malay. And up in the air, the umpire calls no ball. And that will be rebowled and a free hit for Tia of Samoa. Umpire goes free hit signal, and is it NJ or Tia on strike?
Just waiting, NJ stuff for it over, yeah.
NJ is on strike. She can go long with the bat, so it will be interesting. A free hit. She cannot get out of this ball other than being run out, so she will be going hard on this one, and she does so. Well ball again, in swinging Yorker, but carefully played onto the onside again by MJ. Goes across for a single run, and that will be the over ball for Malay.
Good comeback, wasn't it? Hey, her first few balls loose, and then she got the in-swinger going, Maxie Walker style, hey?
She got the in-swinging going, and ably played by the Samoan batters, playing it straight, nothing silly on that occasion, straight down the ground. And Samoa are 1 for 25 after 4 overs. NJ on 2 runs and Tia on 13 runs.
Perfect conditions for swing bowling, Ruth.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect conditions, eh?
Yeah, correct. Overcast, bit heavy air around, hanging around. Humidity.
Dew on the ground. It's got all the hallmarks of a swinger's paradise.
Rossi is continuing from the Bicini end of the ground. Will be bowling his second over. First over went for 4 runs, and that's in the air through the gap, and NJ bringing his score to 4 runs. Another comfortable 2 runs. A good shot there. It was there to be hit. Just pitch full outside of the off stump, and NJ jumped on it straight to the coverage in for another 2 runs, brings the score to 1 for 27. Second ball, Rusi of Fiji, and a bit of curve there, a bit of outswing happening there.
Yep.
And nicely left by NJ. Saw it all the way through into the wicketkeeper's hands. Another dot ball by Rusi. NJ on strike on 4 runs. 1 for 27. Third ball. played and missed by NJ. Keeper gives a half-hearted appeal, but umpire not interested. The ball went straight to the wicket keeper and another dot ball. 3 balls to go in this 5th over. The run rate's at 6 and looking healthy for Samoa. They have a long batting lineup, so just negate through the strong start by Fijian bowlers, and they can play off the loose balls that can come their way in the remaining overs. And a bit of a full toss played onto the onside by NJ, and another single. There's a dip mid-on region out there that is waiting for the big shots. Punch through to the offside, misfield by the cover fielder, well covered by the mid-off fielder, and only concedes a single. Samoa are now 1 for 29. Last ball to go in the 5th over by Rusi, and played onto the onside again by NJ. That will be the over ball. 1 for 29 after 5 overs. NJ on 5 runs and Tia on 14 runs for Samoa. Building a steady partnership here, and this will be the last power play over, and the batters will be mindful of the last power play, as Samoa will be trying to capitalize on the last over of the power play, as after this over will be the fielding team Fiji will be allowed a couple more extra fielders to protect their boundaries outside of the inner circle on the field. Bowling lanes again, there's change. Elsie, Epilio.
Oh,
On the
0.
Happily.
Not for naught.
For not. It's play on for Samoa. First ball outside the wide line by 6 wide. White starts over by Fijian bowlers coming down from the manual of the ground, and the whites have been hitting the Samoan bowling, Fijian bowling, I mean. Punch through the gap, another single for Tia that will bring his score to 15. NJ gets strike. Scoreboard moves up to 31, 5.1 over. The Samoans are building their innings steadily, Hilsey. I think they are aware of the match scenario here, so they are playing very well at this stage, and that is up in the air, a little wide onto the left side of the cover fielder for Fiji, and it was a hard chance, but well played by NJ into the gap for another single run for herself, brings the Samoan total to 32, 5.2 overs. Epili is continuing from the man of the ground, again outside of the wide line again, but as the ball was played on by Tia, it will count as a dot ball. 2 more balls remaining in the 6th over, last over of the power plays for Samoa. And Epili drops it shot, punched through to the mid-on region, but a fielder there has stopped the ball, and another dot ball from Epili, and this will be the 5th ball from Epili. Tia on strike, punch onto the cover region again, straight to the fielder. Again, no run. Dot ball, 3 dot balls, last 3 balls, and 1 ball to go in the 6th over. It will be end of the power play after this ball, and a play Tia on 15 runs for Samoa, and the wind shows a bit of the run rate trend, and it's steadily climbing for Samoa. Bowling change on the BCD cricket oval end of the ground, or even the Rittaflin courts end of the ground.
The Hello Willie into the ground, I call it now.
Yeah, probably.
It's been renamed.
The Hello's commentary box.
He needs something named after him.
Something that we can relate to quite strongly. Akosita,
Left arm.
left arm bowler, into position, ball in, down left, and 4 runs for some extra runs. Score 3. Akosita, first come for this on the leg side, right safely to the square leg, and a single line for Samoa brings the score to 34, and that will bring NJ onto the strike on 7 runs here on 10. Sorry, actually the correction there is Tia for Samoa.
She's really well, isn't she?
She's strong, looking strong. 15 runs, doing a good job for their team, and across the batter and played in a miss straight to the wicket keeper.
That's a good nut.
That was a good ball.
Bit of outswing there too with Amanda. She's regrouping too. There's a bit in this. There's a bit of wobble.
Akosita, third ball, pitch onto the leg side, shot and powerfully hit by Tia down to the deep square leg region, into the gap, straight to the boundary line, and that is another 4 runs for Samoa by Tia, brings a score to 19, and the total moves up to 38, and looking strong here, the Samoan batters. Despite the early wicket lost, the second wicket partnership are building a strong foundation for Samoa here, and Tia brings their score to 19 runs. NJ on 7, it's up in the air, fielder outside at the deep mid-off region, protecting the boundary, 1 bounce, and fielder return back to the bowler.
Nice.
Settles for a single. Tia brings a score to 20. 2 balls remaining in the 7th over, and Tia bowls it outside of the wide line, and umpire goes wide again, and these wides are not helping the Fijians here, Hilsey.
No.
That can be very costly. These are extra runs that they can.
Keston's run up. Look, I've never seen a less energetic run up in my life. Eh?
So she's putting a lot of in her bowling strides.
Just walks up.
Yeah, she just walks up. But she has some powerful
She is a powerful young lady.
So
all in
relying on her
arm,
natural strength.
Yeah, all in the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Drop shot, hit through to the mid-on region, deep mid-on, will settle for a single run for NJ, and brings her score to 8 runs, and Tia looking steadily and strongly on 20 runs of 24 balls, gets back on strike, 1 ball off the over left. Akosita, and that is a better ball from Akosita, played and a miss, straight to the wicket keeper. That is the over ball. Samoa 1 for 42 after 7 overs. NJ on 8 and Tia on 20 runs of 25 balls.
Having a quick drink, I think, aren't they? I'm sure whether it's a team meeting or a drink.
There is a drinks been brought up. I think call for gloves change. Hopefully they don't waste too much time here, because the umpires will be onto them, and
exactly.
The umpire is now trying to have a word at this somewhere.
He's saying we've got a break in 3 overs. Time, get out there.
Break shortly, so need to get the game going. And Levasi is back on the attack, the opening bowler for Fiji. She did the early damage and will be coming on to bowl her second over after having a short spell.
She was moving the ball earlier. Let's have a look. Oh, straight on. That's a good nut.
That is a good nut. Nicely played, defended. Front foot defensive shot straight to the cover fielder. And another dot ball for Fiji. The dot balls will help, as they've given few extra runs away through wides and no balls. And Levasi drops it short, played onto the onside by NJ, straight to the mid-wicket, short mid-wicket fielder, and 2 dot balls so far. Good start of the over by Levasi. NJ on 8 runs on strike, and Tia on 20 runs on the non-strikers. And Levasi coming from the Manu end of the ground, hits the pad, goes for an appeal, and the umpire says not out, and that is a good dish in, I think. Healthy, it looks like going down the leg side.
Yes, definitely down the leg
And
side.
there's good umpiring, good dish in there.
It's been very consistent the whole series, hasn't it?
The umpires have done a very good job in the series. Been very consistent.
The old adage, a good umpire's one you don't notice, and we haven't noticed any controversial decisions or anything, have we? So, Rugi downs his lemon juice.
Yeah.
Hope he's got some honey in there.
Yeah, tried to put some honey, but probably the bitter taste of the lemon is helping the sore throat here. Just to keep me going for next couple of overs again.
Yeah, you're doing
Hopefully
well.
the
After
lemon
today, you can have a rest, Rugi.
Yeah.
Are they imported lemons or?
I think they're from local. One of our staff from Tupsi village.
We'll stock up next week then, hey? Oh, okay. She's well.
Out swinging Yorker.
That wander down the
Nicely
pitch.
played by NJ. She's been bowled some very good Yorker balls, and she's done well to keep them out from hitting the wickets.
This is
watching the ball very closely here. That's key. Watching the ball right from the bowler's hands.
Yeah.
Onto her bat, and that is very good batting.
Straight in one up.
And she slaps it onto the offside, through the point ridging, going down to the boundary, will be cut off by the point fielder, and NJ will settle for 2 runs. That will bring her score to 12 runs. And Fijian score will move up to 46. That is the over ball. 8 overs gone. Fiji 1 down for 46. And that is the bowling card for Fiji. Ishani, Levasi, Rusi, Mele, Epilei, and Akosita have all had a ball for Fijians. They're trying a few things here, Hilsey, which is good to see.
Yeah.
They're not going with the old routine of bowlers. I think they've worked,
mixing it up, aren't they?
Mixing it up. I think they've done the homework for this important match against Samoa, a strong side. They've been looking very strong all throughout the tournament. And Fijians are trying things out here to keep the pressure on the Samoan batters. And that is good cricket all round by these young cricketers from both teams. They're bowling really well, and Samoans are also batting really well.
Oh,
That is a full ball. Punch back to the mid-on region. Through the gap. And 1 run as the cover fielder was a bit wide of the stump. Straight through the gap. Another single for Tia. Brings her score to 21. And NJ comes onto the strike. She is on 12. Ishani coming from the Bicini end of the ground. And and that straight through. Cleans NJ up.
Yeah.
Out for 12. Clean ball by Ishani, claiming her first wicket in her second over. And that is a key wicket for Fiji.
She's
Breaks the partnership. She's been going really well for Fiji all throughout. Good, powerful bowler. Straight through NJ. Samoa loses their second wicket for 47 runs in 8.3 overs.
That's a great
And that is a great ball. That was unplayable. I can't blame NJ. She couldn't do much with that magic ball, angling through into her middle stump, cleans her up, and that will bring Gabriel, the new batter, on for Samoa into the crease, and will be joining Tia, who has been looking solid on 21 runs of 27 balls. Great wicket for Ishani. First wicket, 1 for 9 runs on 1.3 overs. What a big breakthrough, Hilsey.
Yeah. Gabriel was the danger one in the last game. She hit 20 runs and got them over the line.
She's had a
good series.
Good series.
Person of the match, lady of the match, girl of the match, player of the match in the last game against PNG. So my point is, this is a vital wicket here.
Pitched outside off stump. First ball for Gabriel. That was a good ball, making the better play at the ball. A little bit wide of the stumps, but defended well by Gabriel. Fifth ball to come, 2 balls remaining in Ishani's second over, 2 for 47. Gabriel on strike. Oh, that is, I thought that hit the wicket, but the umpire's head was in the way for a bit.
Best spell by a streak. She's bowling really well today.
That is a good over so far. 1 run considered, 1 wicket, and that is crucial for Fiji. Yeah,
late move.
Gabriel, last ball again. Good lines again. Nicely defended by Gabriel. End of the 9th over. Fiji are 2 down for 47. Gabriel yet to score, and Tia on 21 runs. The last wicket contributed 36 runs in their partnership for second wicket, and Gabriel and Tia will be looking to put on another handy partnership to keep the Samoan innings going on to score in a respectable target. Malay is back on the attack for Fiji, coming from the manual. First ball straight into the wicket, played down to the leg side, fine leg region, into the gap. Another run for Samoa, brings their score to 48. Brings their score to 48 as the phone rings, Hilsey.
It was Halley's phone.
That is a big fine.
A big fine for Halley with that one.
Second ball, Malay, pitch outside the off stump, just inside the wide line. Umpire is happy with it. There is another dot ball for Fiji. Malay coming from the manual of the ground, keeping the variety for the Fijian attack from the manual. Hilsey.
Yeah.
They've, like I said, they've done their
Mixed
homework.
and matched. Yeah.
They've done their homework, trying to unsettle the Samoan batting lineup with the constant changes on one end of the wicket, especially from the manual. Everyone have been all the bowlers that have bowled from that end have been bowling 1 over spells, and that is hit through the gap down to the mid-off region. Fielder deep out on the boundary, protecting the big shots, and Gabriel is off the mark with that single, brings Tia on the strike. Malay, 5th ball of his second over, moves in. Again, another good ball into the better, and nicely played by Tia, who is looking strong on 22 runs of 29 balls. 1 ball to go in the 10th over, LZ. It will be an interesting ball to finish.
They need Tia out.
The first.
That's what they need.
And that is down the leg side. Umpire signals wide ball, and more extra runs for Fiji, a wide, and the extra run taken brings Samoan's total to 51, and that's 50 runs up for Samoa, Hilsey.
The halfway mark.
Halfway mark as well. Last week it was at 47 runs partnership, and Samoa looking strong, and that is up in the air. That will be the wicket of Tia for 22. No, I've been corrected. It's the wicket
They
of
changed things, yeah.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
who departs for 1 run, and Samoa have lost their 3rd wicket for 52 runs. That is a key wicket just before the technical timeout break, and that will put a big dent onto the Samoan batting lineup just before the technical timeout break. Good bowling from the Fijians, taking 3 wickets for 51 runs. First 10 overs, halfway mark, the game is in the balance. We will come back in a little moment as we take a timeout, technical timeout break. back to Amini Park, and welcome back to Amini Park, the home of cricket, and the new batter for Samoa is the captain, Olive Lefaga Lemoe. She has come on to join Tia at the crease for Samoa. 3 for 55. This is the beginning of the 11th over, and Ishani is continuing from the Bicini oval end of the ground. That's her pre-run up jump. Pitches outside of the off stump, and that is powerfully played into the gap through the gully region for another boundary for Samoa, and that will bring their score up to 59. Tia doing the scoring for Samoa here. Another powerful shot on the offside down to the gully region, and that brings her score to 26. Crucial runs for Samoa, and looking solid here for her team. Ishani coming into ball, has third ball edged onto the gully region by Tia again, straight through the gap. Not extra runs, more runs for Tia, brings her score to 27. 3 for 60. Olive comes on to strike. Skipper Olive for Samoa as she takes her guard. Ishani, 3 balls remaining in her third over. Samoa are 3 for 60. Olive had a good series as well, good steady series, both with the bat and ball for Samoa, and contributed quite strongly for the Samoans so far in the tournament. A powerful bowler herself and a strong hitter of the ball. She will be looking to build a good partnership with Tia, as more wickets here will slow things down for Samoa, and hopefully the Fijians will have to start pulling the game back from here on, as Samoans have a long batting lineup. They've been looking strong all throughout this series, and played down to the third man fielder, edged away by Oliver, and will settle for a single. 3 for 61. Oliver on 1. Tia back on strike. She is looking strong. She is on 27 runs of 32 balls. Last ball from Ishani. 3 for 61. Pitch just outside of stump. There's a mix up there. The two batters have ended up on one end of the wicket, but the throw was not good. Actually, the throw was missed by the wicket keeper. That would have been close run out call, but nevertheless Olive survives, and the Manhattan shows the overrates for the Samoan batting. 2 big overs of 10 runs and a couple just under 10, and steady bars that are indicating the strong batting of Samoan so far. 3 for 61. Tia doing the most damage here. She is on 27 runs of 33, and Oliver is just starting her innings. She is on 1 run of 2 balls, as Fiji makes another change from the man went off the ground. This time is Levacy coming back into the attack. She's bowled 1 over so far. Actually, she's bowled 2 overs so far, taken 1 wicket for 7 runs. Olive for Samoa is on strike. 3 for 61. This is the start of the 12th over for the Samoans innings. First ball, Levasi again down onto the leg side, helped on its way by Oliver down to the fine leg region. No one out there on the deep fine leg region, and has been cut off by, chased down by the Fijian fielder. Oliver gets 2 runs, brings her score to 3. Supporting Tia on 27 runs. Second ball from Levasi. Again down onto the leg side. Hits the pad, I reckon. You'll see the short fine leg fielder has fielded the ball. That's hit the pad. The umpire signals leg byes, and Samoa moves up to 64. 11.2 overs. Brings Tia on strike, looking very strong on 27 runs. Third ball, Levasi. Oliver walks down the wicket, gets the ball on a volley, hit it straight through to the point region, and safely fielded. Will settle for a single run. Sorry, that was Tia again, who scored that single, brings her score to 28, and Oliver is back on strike. A foolish ball, and that is a big wicket for Fiji. For a moment I thought Oliver hit it, but umpire is in a better position, straight into the pads, right in front of the wickets. Out LBW, Captain Oliver has departed on 3 runs of 5 balls, and Fiji have taken the 4th wicket for 65 runs. Fighting in this,
yeah.
And that is plum actually, Hilsey.
Yeah,
that is a good
careful.
diction. And
she's bowled beautifully. Look,
she has bowled beautifully. She took, like you said, she took the first wicket in the first over, and Fijians are strategically applying their plans, and it has worked out to some degree here, Hilsey.
Yeah, this girl's vulnerable early, Jane, too, so
The change-ups
get her right up there in the block hole.
Yeah,
Big chance of making inroads here.
the changes in the bowling from one end have actually
Worked, yeah.
worked. They've taken
And she's still got an over
3
up
of
her
the
sleeve.
wickets from the side. They keep changing up, and that is good strategy. Samoans are 4 for 65, 11.4 overs. It's Jane for Samoa into the attack. Jane Manasseh, her full name, is in for the Samoan batting lineup. There is a good ball first up, straight to the wicket, and ably kept away by Jane Manasseh. She will be looking to contribute in the runs to support Tia, who's doing a marvelous job for Samoa, keeping her wicket, keeping the scoreboard ticking, and she will need Jane to support her from the others. And just as we were talking about this support from Jane, Levasi had other ideas. Straight to the wicket, into the middle stump, and that is the 5th wicket for
It's the one they wanted.
Samoa. 5 for 65 runs at the completion of the 12th over, and slowly pulling the game back into their side, looking solid. Halfway through the Samoan batting lineup,
She's come off a
what
pad.
a ball from Levasi.
Did it come off a pad onto the
She has
stumps?
been, I think so.
I'm not
It
sure.
was, the ball was angling down to the leg side, and then It probably hit the pads, as you've mentioned, Elsie. But anyhow, that is another wicket for Fiji. Samoa are 5 for 65. 8 overs remaining in their innings. 13 over coming up. It will be bowled by Rusi Taufa.
Yeah.
She is coming back onto the attack.
From
After
Hello
bowling-
Willie and
Yeah, from the H's commentary box end of the ground. And it's Rusi for Fiji coming in for her third over, and Tia, the danger girl for Samoa, is still there, and Tomafua is the new batter for Samoa. He's now taking the strike following the single scored by Tia, bringing her score to 29. The Samoans are 5 for 65. Tomafua, the new batter, is on strike. More wickets will slow even things down for Samoa. Rusi, and played onto the leg side. Up his shot over the infield, and the deep mid-wicket fielder is placed down there for those type of shots to keep the pressure on, keep the boundaries in, keep the ball inside the boundary, keep the pressure on the batters. Third ball from Rusi, pitch outside the off stump, and played onto the point region, going down to the deep point fielder, and Tia brings her score to 30 runs. 3 more balls remaining in this over. Tomafua is on strike. 4th ball. Foolish ball and hit in the air. Misfield by the deep point fielder. That allows the Samoan batters to add another run. Taking 2 runs on that ball brings their score to 70 runs. 12.4 was 2 balls remaining. Rusi coming from the Bicini end of the ground, or as Hilsey just changed the name to H's commentary box end of the ground. Tomafua played and missed just inside the wide line. Dot ball, 1 ball to go to complete the 13th over by Ruthi. There's a bit of a C, the letter C pronunciation required there. I'm not too familiar with it, but I think someone mentioned that it's pronounced Ruthi, like a TH thing. Anyhow, that's the over ball for Ruthi, and 5 runs conceded. Samoa are 5 wickets down for 70 runs after 13 overs. And there is going to be another change from the man of the ground, as Akosita continues hair bowling from the man of the ground. She bowled 1 over first up, Hilsey, but from the Bava side of the ground, the Bicini side of the ground, and now they have changed her to come from the Manuel. A full toss ball and hit in the air by Tia, and there was a catch chance there for a moment, but it's landed on the ground before the fielder could get to it. And Tia, 2 more runs for herself, brings her score to 32. And Samoa, scoreboard ticking over, currently on 72 runs, 13 point, 1 over. Akosita played onto the offside by Tia again for another dot ball. 32 runs, looking strong here. Hilsey, the young Samoan better. Tia, Avetia, Fetu, Mapu. And this will be a wide again as Akosita drags the ball down to the leg side, way outside of the leg side. And I think the umpire has called it a no ball because the ball has, is it? Oh, wide. It's been called a wide. Akosita, Tia on strike. Tried to play it on the leg side, hits the ball. And again, another dot ball for Fiji. And there's a bit of pressure onto Tia now as Samoans keep losing their wicket. Young Tia will be looking to play a bit of survival game here, and Fijian effortlessly, and that is the mid-reject go to 33, and Samoa 5 run for 75. Akosita still 2 balls remaining in her second over. Tomafua comes onto the strike for Samoa, and that is pitched on the offside, just inside the wide line. Umpire is happy with the delivery, and that is a dot ball. Akosita, 1 ball remaining in the 14th over, and that is straight through, played and missed by Tomafua. Straight onto the stumps. That is the 6th wicket down for Samoa for 75 runs. Akosita claims her first wicket. 1 for 15 runs at the completion of 2 overs. And Fiji are pulling the game back to their side with the 6th wicket taken for 75 runs after 14 overs, and that will bring the new batter on for Samoa, and that is going to be Icc Otaga of Samoa. I hope I got that pronunciation right. My sincere apologies if I haven't, but it's a new batter in for Samoa, Icc Otaga. And the bowling change have really confused the Samoan batters a bit. Puts the pressure on the batters with the change-ups, constant change of bowlers from each side of the wicket, and it has worked out. Samoa are 6 for 75 after 14 overs, and Apeli is being brought back into the attack by the Fijians. Will be bowling a second over from the Bissini H's commentary box end of the ground. She's bowled 1 over so far, none for 3 runs. And Tia, the danger girl for Samoa, is fighting on for Samoa as Fiji puts on some pressure in the Samoan batting lineup, taking 6 wickets so far, and key wicket of Mapu. Avetia Mapu is what they will be looking to. You'll see, it's either they keep Tia off the strike and keep attacking the new batters as they keep making mistakes, and losing their wickets.
Keep
Or
it a
get-
ones. Keep it a ones.
Yeah. Or get Tia out to make it a lot more easier for them. But Tia is going strong, so the ones taken is handy for the Fijian bowlers as they will start to look at attacking the other batter who have just come on to bat. A lot of pressure onto the new batter as she has to try and put her eye into her innings, and the Tia has gone on to help her partner as I think there's some pad issues to be addressed immediately. And good girl, good on you, Tia, supporting her batting partner to ensure that it doesn't hinder her performance or her batting. Happily, 9 for 4 runs, 1.2 overs so far. New batter for Samoa, Icc is on strike. Played on a miss. Fijians up and about here, rightfully so. 6 wickets so far, healthy, and looking in a commanding position in their bowling. And Samoan's run rate has not been badly damaged with the loss of 6 wickets. I think Tia has been key here for the Samoans, scoring 34 runs, and happily pushes the ball way outside of the white ball line. Umpire signals a wide, and that brings the total to 77 for Fiji and for Samoa. On the board, I beg your pardon, and fourth ball from Apple down to the leg side. For another dot ball, bowling really well here. Apple keeping it tight for Fiji. Two runs so far, and that is a full toss and played onto the leg side by Icc, and the ball will race down to the boundary line, over the boundary line. That is a timely boundary for Samoa, powerfully hit by Icc. That relieves a bit of pressure off the Samoan batting lineup as they move to 81 runs after 14.5 overs, or in the 15th over. 6 wickets down. That is a good boundary for Samoa. Icc. Oh, that is well fielded by the mid-wicket fielder for Fiji. And that is the over ball, a dot ball. 6 runs from the 15th over for Fiji. Samoa are now 6 down for 81 runs as Tia and Icc will be looking to put on a good partnership here. And there's some Creo pictures from the Creo program we ran the other day, Hilsey, and it was a very successful day, bringing the kids out, playing cricket. There you go, all smiles. Thank you to the players who have taken time off to support the program, the Creo, Cricket PNG Creo program for the schools, cricket and community cricket. Well done to our game development section at Cricket PNG, led by Miss Q Kwanaki Gaudi. Well done to Q and the team at the GD section. Melee is back into the attack, replacing the dangerous Levacy. from the manual end of the ground. First ball hits the pad, goes for LBW appeal. The umpire says she's not out. Tia survives. Melee, second ball. Down the leg side. Unfortunately, the umpire calls wide. More runs for Samoa, extra runs. 6 for 82.
Shapes. H. Congratulations.
Free promotions there.
Free
for
promotions for Rangeview Plaza.
Rangeview Plus. Melee, and that is hit straight down the ground by Itia down to the middle
Beautiful
region
shot.
with a beautiful shot. Another 4 runs for Samoa. That brings their score to 87, and Tia moves up to 38 runs with her score, and she has been the mainstay for the Samoan batting, keeping things steady on one end of the wicket despite losing numerous wickets on the other side. She has looked very positive and very solid here, and she plays it onto the offside mid-off region down to the deep mid-off fielder, and will add another 2 runs on her score. Brings her to 40. I think that will be her highest score so far in the innings or in the tournament, and looking solid on 40 runs. Oh, is that? Oh, sorry, viewers. We have to correct the scoreboard here as the umpire signal a short run from the batters in their process of taking 2 runs, and looking sloppy here, the Fijian fielders. There's no need to contribute in the sloppiness, as Samoans will be looking to score as many runs as they can in the remaining balls to put the pressure on the Fijian batters later on in the match. Melee, 2 balls to go. Ooh, that's played and missed by the batter Tia, who is on 41 now. Doing a good job for the Samoans with a strong 41 runs of 47 balls. Last ball to go. Samoa are 6 down for 90 runs. Melee of Fiji bowling here, 3rd over from the manual. 1 ball to go in the 3rd over. Avetia Mapu plays it onto the onside, down to the deep mid-wicket fielder, protecting the boundary. Fields the ball, and only a run taken on the last ball of the 16th over. Samoa are 6 for 91, and the wind shows a steady run rate for Samoa, and Fiji will make another change down at the Bicini end of the cricket ground, and Ruthi of Fiji is back onto the attack to bowl her 4th and final over for a compulsory 4 overs. And Tia, the danger girl for Samoa, is on strike, and that is down on the leg side. First up, the umpire signals wide. Extra runs for Samoa, brings their score to 92, and they've scored enough runs over the the past score we've been discussing all along, Hilsey, 92, and with still 24 balls remaining in the innings, they'll be looking to score big in the remaining balls to get their total over the 100 runs mark. And Tia in good command here in her batting for Samoa, brings her score to 43 of 49 balls, and Samoa are 6 for 93. Ruthie continuing from the vicinity of the park here. Asia Siga on strike for Samoa. Straight through the bat and the pads of the batter onto the wicket keeper for another dot ball. That was a good ball. Up in the block hole, played and missed by Asia Siga. 16.2 overs. Ruthie. Third ball, didn't quite get the run up right, had to stop and come back to go back again for the third ball of her fourth over. Ruthie to Asia Siga, and she cleans her wicket up. Asia Siga gone, 4 runs of 6 balls, and that is the 7th wicket for Fiji. Samoa are on 93 runs, 16.3 overs, and Fiji bowlers are doing a good job here, as the remaining balls will be handy, and they'll be looking to bowl out Samoa in the next few balls to have a decent target to have a crack at. That is good bowling from Ruthie. Tossed up, played and missed, clean ball. 7 down for 93, and Samoa's new batter, Atalua La'i, has come on to bat for Samoa. As a result of Asia Siga's wicket, Fiji will be looking to clean the tail up in quick time to have a good target to play at later on in their innings. And Tia for Samoa has looked very solid for Samoa, scoring 43 runs as Ata edges the ball down to the fine leg region, past the wicket keeper, and she is off the mark. 1 run of 1 ball. That brings the danger girl for Samoa, Tia, to face the 5th ball of Ruthie's 4th over. She walks down the pitch, tries to play a big shot, miss hit, edged it down to the square leg fielder. Nicely fielded by the square leg fielder for Fiji. Tia remains on strike. Ata for Samoa on the non-strikers, and 7 for 94. Last ball of the 17th over. Tia on strike. Tossed up, safely played onto the leg side region. Maintains the strike. Tia, that is smart batting, and that is the over ball for Ruthie's 4th over, completing her 4 overs, taking 1 wicket for 17 runs. Samoa, after 17 overs, are 7 wickets down for 95 runs. Power play signal by the umpire. despite the wickets they've been losing, Hilsey, their strike rate has just stayed over the 5 runs mark, the Samoans, and that has helped their scoreboard on 95 up to this stage. Tia, another strong shot, and that is over the boundary, and that is 6 runs, and that will bring up the 50 runs for Avetia Fetumapu of Samoa. First half century of the tournament. Well played to young Avetia Fetumapu of Samoa.
First 6 of the tournament.
Even maybe the first 6 of the tournament.
We've watched every
Very
ball.
well played, under pressure, wickets falling around her. Keeps her composure, her focus. Has been the mainstay for someone better. Batting side, and she goes for another big shot to the same area, but this time will be 4 runs. That will bring her score to 54 runs in a very commanding position. Tia controlling the innings, and good batting, good sensible batting as well, despite losing wickets around here, but has stayed positive. Onto the leg side, another single for Avetia Fetumapu. That will bring her score to 55 of 54 balls, and that is a sensible move. Hechi switching off the aircon. It's getting too chilly up here on the commentary box, and it is looking to be a big over for Fiji or Samoa. 12 runs so far and 3 balls still remaining in the 18th over. And that is straight through. Good bowling by Akosita. Good comeback after being hit for 12 runs in the first 3 balls. She claims the 8th wicket for Fiji as Atta ball Akosita scoring just 1 run for Samoa. 8 for 107 runs. Good bowling from Akosita. 12 runs so far, but she came back strong, stayed positive. Pitched the ball in the wicket line, and Atta played and missed, costing her wicket. And Seuga for Samoa is marching on to the wicket to continue her innings. Seuga Lipine for Samoa comes in to join Avetia Fetumapu, who is looking very solid, keeping the other wicket safe as wickets fall around her, but she has been very positive. She has been the main run getter, scoring a hefty 55 runs for her Samoan team. Playing onto the leg side by Seuga, goes across for a single run, gets off the mark. Seuga on 1 run of 1 ball brings the danger girl Avetia Fetumapu on strike. Last ball Akosita, and it's hit in the air, and that is dropped by Akosita. It was a absolute sitter, Hilsey, and misjudged by Akosita. Probably took her eye off the ball on the very last minute, and the ball has been put down. That was the key wicket of Avetia Mapu, dropped by Akosita, and she is still there to continue her batting in the remaining 2 overs, and that is going to be handy for Samoa, as Tia will be looking to make the most of the chance and play out the remaining overs. Down the leg side, let's start by Ishani for her 4th over. She's bowled really well up to this stage, taking 1 wicket for 16 runs. 8 for 109, 18 overs. Samoa, 2 overs remaining, will be looking to add a few more to their total in the remaining balls. And that is going to be close. LBW uphill, and Tia does the right thing, tries to get on strike, forces a run, close run out attempt, but safely home. Seuga, and leg by signal by the umpire. Extra runs for Samoa, 110 runs on the board now. Hits the pad of Avetia. The ball is racing down to the fine leg regime, and 2 more leg by runs for Samoa brings their score to 112. And the danger girl for Samoa is on strike, will be looking to go big in the remaining balls for her team. Ishani, and it's hit up in the air, falls short, a chance there, but put down again by the midfielder, and that is not going to help the Fijians here, as the danger wicket for Tia is still continuing. And Ishani moving in for a 4th ball. Seuga on strike, pushes it down to the leg side. Umpire signals wide ball and will need to be rebowled by Ishani. Still 3 balls remaining. Samoa looking solid at 8 for 114. Seuga on strike for Samoa. Down the leg side again. .3 overs, 8 wickets down, 115 runs. Seuga on strike on 1 run, and Tia 56 runs on the non-striker's end. That is a better ball, straight through to the wicket keeper, played and missed by Seuga. 18.4 overs, 2 balls remaining in Ishani's final over. Eight for 115. Down to the leg side. Fumble by wicketkeeper. Tia tries to steal a run there, but Seuga was just completing her shot. Decided to not take the run. And 116 on the board for Samoa. 2 balls remaining. 7 runs scored so far in the 19th over for Samoa. Ishani, and down the leg side, the umpire lets it go. I think probably the batter did not offer any shot there. As a result, the umpire has not signaled a wide ball there. One ball remaining, 8 for 116. Ishani from Pisinian, and straight through, claims the 9th wicket for Fiji. Samoa loses Seuga, bowled by Ishani. They are now 9 wickets down for 116 at the completion of 19 overs. One more over remaining in this Samoan batting. Avetia Fetumapu looking strong on for Samoa with 56 runs of 57 balls. Will be looking to face the remaining balls or the last 6 balls of their innings to keep pushing their score over the 120 runs mark. Last over will be bowled by number 3 for Fiji, and it's going to be Legacy, the main destroyer of the Fiji bowling attack, taking 3 for 10 runs in, had 3 overs so far. Will be completing her 4th over and Fiji's 20th over, and hope to restrict Samoa from adding more runs into their total. Last over, Legacy coming in. Avetia striking the ball down to the deep square leg region, and will take another 2 runs to bring his score to 58 runs. Samoa scoreboard reads 118 runs, 19.1 over. Avetia maintains strike, she is on 58. And there is another beautiful shot from the young Samoan batter, Avetia Fetumapu. Hits the ball over the boundary again for another 6. And that brings her score over the 60 runs mark. She is now on 64 runs. Brings Samoa's score to 124. 1 wicket remaining. 4 balls still remaining in this over, and Tia will be looking to score a few more runs as she looks in a very strong commanding position, dictating things out here for Samoa, and she pushes the ball down to the mid-off region, takes a single, and that brings Taufao, the number 11 batter for Samoa, to face her first ball, and 3 balls remaining. Tia will need to get on the strike, and that's down the leg side again. And umpire signals wide again. They kept getting wickets, but the Samoans didn't get bogged down in the process. They kept the scoreboard ticking. Avetia played a big putt there, waiting for the right balls to score off. Pressure here for the bowler. 2 wides. Still 3 balls remaining in the last over. Taufao of Samoa on strike. Avetia at the non-striker stand will be looking to get to the striker's end, and rightfully so. That's what Avetia did. The ball hit the pads. The bowler went for LBW appeal. The umpire says not out, and that will bring Avetia onto the strike. She is on 65 with 2 balls remaining in this over, and will be looking to go big on the last 2 balls. And good ball by Levacy. Good ball by Levacy as Tia walks down the pitch, tries to bowl it into the pitch. Bit of a nip there off the pitch and was missed by Tia for a dot ball, and this is the last ball of the Samoan innings to complete the 20 overs. Avetia hit it up in the air, and that's been put down again by the deep midfielder. Tia will add another 2 runs to her total. That is the highest score of the tournament, 67 runs off 62 balls. Well played, Avetia Fetumapu for Samoa. And after 20 overs for Samoa, they are in good commanding position. 9 wickets down, 130. And Fiji will have to come and play some magical innings to get the 130 runs. We will be back in a moment, as this is an innings break. Get ready for some good, powerful batting from Fiji to try and get the target of 130 set for them by Samoa. The scoreboard reads 130 runs for Samoa, loss of 9 wickets. We'll see you in a short moment. Dá una commentary.
See here. Welcome back. 131 runs. It's a big task. Not sure how this is going to pan out. H should have to hit them very quickly to make any inroads here. So, foregone conclusion here, but hopefully for the Fijians' sake they can bat their innings through and really push this total. It'll be great for them, a great fillip for the cricket community back in Fiji for a victory against Samoa. Again, congratulations to Tia, 67 top score, 2 sixes involved in that 67. She batted really well, controlled the innings, and really until the last couple of overs didn't look like going out. The only chances she gave are ones that were hit in desperation. So we have Rugi back here. He'll be calling the tunes here for the second part of this innings. As we said, good luck to Fiji in your chase and bat out the overs.
Thanks, Ilse. 130 runs, Fiji. Set a big total by Samoans at the back of a powerful innings for young Avetia Fetumapu of Samoa, scoring 67 runs, the highest score of the tournament so far. And that was a very, very good innings for a Samoan team as they look to win this match, posting a big total of 130 runs. And can the Fijians run down the 130 runs set by them and ball into the pitch by Hadia? A very good ball startup, played onto the mid-off region by the opening batter for Fiji, Mele, and Elomia will be looking to get a good start for Fiji to challenge this total set by Samoa, and straight up, one down, first wicket for Samoa. Good bowling from Hadia of Samoa. First ball was ball into the pitch to show her pace, prowess, and the next ball into the pads right in front of the wickets. First wicket of Mele for Fiji, and Fiji are one down, 4 no runs as Hadia takes the early wicket of Mele, and that will bring Levasi for Fiji to join Elomia. As a result of the early breakthrough by Hadia, bowling from the manual of the field, and that is a good start for Samoa in their defense of 130 runs scored earlier in the innings. Fiji will be looking to scoring at 6.66 runs per over to have a chance at the total for Samoa. Pitch outside the off stump, just inside the wide line, just. Umpires agrees and says that's a good ball. Another dot ball. 3 dot balls, including a wide in the second ball, including the wicket in the second ball, I should say. And Hadia running in, 4th ball. Hits the pad. No run again, dot ball. Looking solid here, Hadia. Ilse. That is some good bowling from Hadia. 4 dot balls in the first over for Samoa, and taking the crucial wickets of Mele on the very second ball of the over. And good defensive shot by Levasi for Fiji. 1 ball remaining in the Samoans first over. Levasi on strike, Elomia on strike, on the non-striker side. Yet to score. Hadia, last ball, and outside of off stump. That is the over ball. Maiden wicket. Good over from Hadia. Fiji yet to score a run and have lost their first wicket in the first over. Strong start by Samoa. Fiji batters will need to counter it from here on, and the betting card is showing no runs yet for the Fijian scorecards. And now they have introduced Nora Jade Salima into the attack. She has had a wonderful series so far, bowling neatly, taking wickets for Samoa, and she will be looking to continue that good form in this crucial match against Fiji. A lot at stake. World Cup qualifying spot for these two teams, pending on the result of this match. Nora Jade Salima, first ball, dot ball, pitch outside of off stump, straight to the wicket keeper. Dot ball, first ball, Elomia on strike. Edge down to the slip squadron and runs across for a risky single, but safely home. That is the first runs on the board for Fiji off the bat of Elomia, and Levasi is on strike down at the manual of the field. Nora Jade, third ball, hits the pad, LBW uphill. The umpire walks away. Not out, she says. And fourth ball coming up for Nora Jade for Samoa. 1 for 1, Fiji. Nora Jade, the ball's hit over the infield on the middle Fijian, racing down to the boundary. That will be 2 runs for Levasi of Fiji. Brings the total to 3 runs. 2 balls remaining in the second over. Nora Jade coming from the Bicini end of the ground. Fifth ball, Nora Jade, strongly hit to the mid-on region by Levasi. More runs for Fiji. Another single. Brings the score to 4 runs on the board. Nora Jade looking to closing off this over of her first over. Samoa 1 for 4 runs. Levasi on strike. Nora Jade, last ball. Into the pads. It's hit the bat probably. Hilsey, and the umpire says not out. That is the over ball, a dot ball. Fiji 1 for 4 runs after 2 overs. Levasi on 3. Elomia yet to score. Hadia will be continuing from the manual of the ground. She has bowled a strong first over, will be continuing her bowling from the manual. First ball is another dot ball. Looking strong here for Samoa. Young Hadia doing a good job for Samoa. Hadia Pada, her full name, and she has taken an early breakthrough wicket in her first over. Looking solid for the Samoan bowling side. Legacy for Fiji on strike, and it's edge to the slip fielder, but put down again. A chance there, went back in, and Legacy survives, brings her score to 4 runs, with Fiji target creeping up to 5 runs in the third over now. Being bowled by Hadia, she's going strong. The third ball pushed down outside of the wide line, and umpire says a wide ball. Extra runs for Fiji, brings their score to 7 runs. Elomia on strike. Hadia missing her line a bit on this occasion. This is her first wide ball. She was looking strong in the first few balls and spread this one down to outside of off stump for wide. And good comeback ball straight into the pads. Nicely played by Elomia. A good defensive shot, front foot defensive shot for another dot ball. Good comeback by Hadia. And she now moves over to the around the wicket to bowl around the wicket, straight stump to stump. Good defensive shot again by Elomia, playing a straight bat, hitting the ball back to the mid-on region, playing in the V, which is crucial in cricket. Good shot. Hadia bowling well. 2 balls remaining. Elomia on strike for Fiji. Played on a miss, angling across the body of the batter, straight through onto the wicket keeper. Another dot ball from Hadia, looking strong as ever. 2 runs conceded so far. 1 ball remaining. I should say 1 ball to go. Hadia. Elomia on strike for Fiji, and this will be a wide as the ball travels past way outside of the blue wide line. Umpire says wide. More runs for Fiji. 1 wicket down, 8 runs, 2.5 overs, 1 ball to go in the third over. Hadia just conceding 3 runs so far. Last ball. Full ball played onto the square leg region by Elomia. 1 more single run added onto the Fijian tally. 1 for 8 runs. Hadia completes her second over, taking 2 for 4 runs so far. And that is the over for Hadia. Coming from the Bicini end of the Amini Park, a bowling change. No, it is not a bowling change. Nora Jade will continue from the manual from the Bicini Cricket Oval end of the ground. First ball from Norajit Salima, edge through the slips region, and 2 runs for Legacy. That brings her score to 6 runs, and 4 runs. I am corrected here. She's on 4 runs. Elomia, sorry, that was Elomia on strike. Again, down to the point region. Looking to steal the second run. Safely home. 2 more runs for Fiji. Fighting for the Fijian side. Elomia and Levashi brings their score to 12 runs. 1 wicket down. Norajade Salima of Samoa bowling from the Bisini end of the ground. None for 8 runs so far. Well played by Elomia again. Hit straight down the ground. Good straight bat. Straight to the mid-on fielder. Just staying a bit straighter in a fielding position to cover that straight shot from Elomia. 4th ball, Norajade Salima. NJ goes for a quick single. Good run in between the wickets. Keeps the scoreboard ticking. 1 run. A quick single taken. Good running. Score moves up to 13 runs. Levacy gets on strike. She is on 4 runs. Elomia on 7 runs for Fiji and Samoa. And Jade coming into bowl, have 5th ball. Goes for an LBW uphill. Umpire not interested. The ball was missing leg stump by a mile. Levacy on strike for Fiji on 4 runs. Last ball from Norajade Salima coming up. And that is hit on the pad. Goes for LBW uphill once again. Way outside of leg stump. That is the over ball. 5 runs off the 4th over. Fiji are 1 down for 13 runs after 4 overs. And that is the wham that is indicating the 2 comparisons of the batting efforts for both teams. And Samoa are way ahead of the game at this stage in comparison to the Fijians' batting run rate. Samoa were constantly scoring over 5 and over, or even up to 6 at occasions. Samoa are really at 3. Fiji actually are really at 3.25 run rate, and wickets in hand will be key to have any later onslaught later on in the innings. And that is going down the leg side. Olive, the captain for Samoan team, has been introduced into the attack. Olive Lefaga Lemoy. Dot ball first up. 1 for 13. Elomia on strike for Fiji. Down to the leg side. Hits the pad. Leg by runs for Fiji. The umpire signals leg bys. Extra runs for Fiji. Brings the score to 15. And Levacy comes on to strike. She is on 4 runs so far. Olive, Samoan bowlers are tightening their screws here, making it challenging for the Fijian batters. Ball down the leg side. Opens up a bit. Levacy to hit the ball. Misses. Hits the pad. Dot ball again. Olive bowling from the Manuan of the park here. She has had a wonderful series so far with the ball. And dot ball again of her fourth ball of the first over, and Fiji 14 runs on the board, Legacy on 4, Elomia on 7. 2 balls remaining, and it will be interesting how Legacy plays the remaining 2 balls, as Oliver will be looking to close off the over on a good note. Another dot ball straight to the mid-wicket fielder. No run, 1 ball to go. Oliver to complete her first over, keeping it tidy for Samoa. Legacy on strike, 4 runs. Full ball played onto the mid-on region, straight to the fielder, deep mid-on fielder. There's 2 men out in the Samoan power play, 2 girls out, I should say, and that is the over ball, a single, 1 for 15 after 5 overs. Legacy on 5 runs, Elomia on 7 for Fiji. Fighting hard to get to the Samoans, total of 130. The Manhattan chart comparing the 2 teams again, Samoa are way ahead at the same stage they were batting in their innings. Bowling change from the Bicini end of the ground is going to be Gabriel. Gabriel for Samoa has been introduced into the attack. Telesia Vauala Gabriel is on for Samoa. First ball pushes down the leg side, let go by the batter, and the umpire signals wides. More runs for Fiji. Goes for a big shot. Legacy pushes the ball straight back to the bowler, and another dot ball for Samoa. Pitch outside the off stump. Powerful hit by Legacy, and it's been cut off by the deep fielder. Fijians running for their 3rd run and safely home. 3 runs for Fiji, 19 runs, 5.3 overs so far, and Legacy gets off strike. Elomia facing the 4th ball, so actually 2nd ball, 3rd ball. 3rd ball. Gabriel 4 runs so far in the first over. Elomia on 7 runs for Fiji. Tries to play it onto the leg side, trying to hook it from the offside to the leg side, but misses. Another dot ball for Samoa. 4 runs so far from this over, 2 balls remaining. Elomia on strike for Fiji. Down to the leg side. It's hit the pads, deflected off the pads. Umpire signals 1 run. By runs, extra runs for Fiji. 1 for 20. 1 ball remaining in the 6th over, and that will complete the first power play overs in the Fijian innings. And that's down the leg side, missed by the wicket keeper. Coming back for the 2nd run, that will be 3 runs for Fiji, wide, and 2 extra runs, brings the score to 1 down for 26 runs. Still 1 ball remaining. Gabriel needs to re-bowl the wide ball, so 1 more ball to go. Fiji 1 for 23. Oh, that's the over ball, dot ball. Fiji remain on 1 for 23 after 6 power play overs. And the one chop again. Fiji slowly climbing up to get over the Samoans. The umpire signals second power play, and number 2 for the Samoan bowling attack, Captain Oliver is back on the attack, coming from the man went off the ground. Elomia for Fiji on strike. Hits the pad, goes for LBW appeal, but umpire says not out. It was always looking down and missing the leg stump from here, LZ, and that is a good decision by the umpire. Even the fielders or even the bowler gave a half-hearted appeal. Not out, says the umpire. Second ball hit straight to the cover fielder, the regulation cover fielder. Another dot ball by Oliver. Elomia fighting hard for Fiji. Oliver pitch outside the off stump. Let go by the batter. A bit of fumble there by the wicket keeper, but no damage done there. The score remains on 23. 3 dot balls so far from Oliver's second over. Elomia on strike for Fiji. Straight stump to stump ball. Good defensive shot by Elomia, keeping it out from hitting a stump. And that's good bowling from Oliver. 4 dot balls so far, keeping it tight for the Samoans here, as the run rate required creeps up over the 8 runs and over mark, and things will be looking hard for Fiji if that required run rate keeps crawling up. The whites will help along the way, but Levasi and Elomia must look at scoring some big shots here, and that won't come easy, as the Samoan bowling attack have been on the spot from the word go, led by Hadia in the first over, Gabriel on the other side, and Oliver contributing her part in the bowling as well. 1 for 24, 1 ball to go, and still a quick single this time. 1 run, that's the over ball. 2 runs of Oliver's second over. Well bowled. Fiji are 1 for 25 after 7 overs. The score chart shows Mele, Elomia and Levasi for Fijians. Innings so far coming from the Bisini end of the ground is Gabriel to bowl her second over. Her first over went for 7 runs. We'll be looking to bowl another good over for Samoa to keep the pressure on to the Fijian batters, and pitched up defensive shot again from Elomia. 1 for 25. Elomia on 8 runs on strike for Fiji. Down to the leg side. and it's gonna be close. Good running by the Fijian batters. Good quick single. Played the ball down to the square leg region. A little bit wide of the square leg fielder, and a quick single taken. As a result, score moves up to 26. Levasi on strike, goes for a big shot. What a good shot over the infield, and the ball is running down to the boundary line, and that is a good shot from Levasi. They will be needing a lot more of those, so that is the right way to approach the innings from here on. This brings the score to 30 runs. Levasi moves to 12 as a result of the powerful boundary she just hit, and that should bring the run rate up a bit for Fiji, and they will be needing to do a bit more of those shots to have a good crack at the, and that brings the wicket of Levasi, trying to play big shots, rightfully so as the required run rate creeps up. She goes for 12. Levasi out for 12. Second wicket for Samoa. Fiji on 30 runs after 7.4 overs so far. That is good tight bowling from Fiji. The pressure was on. The run rate required has been creeping up. The batters have sensed it, and Levasi goes for a big shot for 4 runs and tried to go for another big shot under pressure, loses her wicket. Good bowling from Samoa and good bowling from Gabriel of Samoa. New batter for Fiji is Ishani Singh of Fiji is now come onto the crease to join Lomia for Fiji as well. 2 for 30. Ishani, the new batter, is on strike. Two for 30. Gabriel, 5th ball. Full pitch. Straight to the cover fielder, extra cover fielder, I should say. Ishani straight off the mark. First ball. Good shot straight through the infield. Extra cover fielder covering the ball. Elomia onto strike, and that will be out for Elomia. Clean ball by Gabriel on the last ball of the 8th over, and that is further trouble for Fiji as they lose their 3rd wicket for 31 runs at the completion of the 8th over. Good bowling from Gabriel, taking 2 wickets in his 2nd over, and puts a big dent onto the Fijian batting lineup as key batter Elomia departs for 9 runs. This will bring Ruthi, my sincere apologies for the pronunciation of the name. It's Ruthi Taufa of Fiji has now joined Ishani to keep the fight going for Fiji in their batting lineup, chasing a hefty total of 130. The required run rate creeping up, and they will be trying to fight on, score some more runs, have a good crack at the target set for 131. Ruthi Taufa is on for Fiji. New bowler for Samoa has been brought on. It's Jane. I'm trying to grab the full name for the Samoan bowler. Hilsey, you've done well pronouncing a lot of these names. I'm trying my very best as well to get these pronunciations going, hopefully closer. Second ball from Jane. Her full name is Jane Tali Ilagi Manasseh. Jane Tali Ilagi Manasseh. 2 dot balls up. Third ball, another dot ball. Started off tightly, neatly. And Fiji, 31 runs on the board. Ishani on strike. 1 run from here so far. Fourth ball from Jane Tali Lagi, and it's been pushed down to the leg side. Umpire signals wide, and another extra run for Fiji brings their score to 32. On the board, Ishani on strike. Jane, fourth ball. Tossed up. Straight back to the bowler. Misfield, fumbles a bit. The infield fielder covers the ball, stopping the Fijians from stealing a run there. And Jane, another dot ball. Last ball to go. Jane Tali Lagi Manasseh. Post is on the leg side, and that is going to be close, and the umpire says that's a run out. That was too casual an approach by the non-strikers and better Ruthie, and that has cost her wicket. Judged run out by the umpire. Good fielding from Samoans again. Good all-round cricket from Samoans. Taking their 4th wicket. Fiji are railing at 32 runs, 4 wickets down at the completion of the 9th over. They are looking very, very solid here. This Samoan side are well-oiled, well-drilled unit here. Hilsey, these Samoans, and they are marching on to victory and claiming the title as the champions of the East Asia Pacific Under-19 Women's World Cup qualifying tournament. They have done it previously in the last version, and they are trying to go back-to-back champions of the region in the Under-19 Women's qualifying tournament, and that will be a big achievement for cricket in Samoa. Well done to Stella, the CEO of cricket in Samoa, doing a good job keeping the profile of women's cricket in the country and sports in general for Samoa. This will be a huge achievement for cricket in Samoa. Gabriel is back onto the attack, bowling from the Bicini end of the cricket ground. First ball a wide, second ball a dot ball, 4 for 34, and that will be a big wide, way outside of the leg side. Big wide, umpire signals wide. 1 extra run for Fiji. 4 for 35. This is Gabriel's 3rd over. She's taken 2 wickets so far, 16 runs. Good defensive shot from Justfield, the new batter for Fiji. He's on strike. Justfield Rockero for Fiji joins Ishani Singh for Fiji. Keeping it tight and neat here for Samoa is Gabriel. 2 runs off the over so far, 3 balls remaining, 2 for 16. Bowling figures for, and that is straight through, hits the stump. Another wicket, the 5th wicket falls. Fiji are in all sorts of trouble. 5 wickets down for 35 runs, 9.4 overs, and the umpires have called for the technical timeout, drinks break, and we will be back shortly to continue the match. And Samoans are looking solid, marching on to victory here. We'll see you soon. Boss, you go. 1 minute, please. You know the key.
Welcome back. New batter in his Litia. He's Ishani on 1 off 7, and I think the Samoans will be in for the kill here. 5 more wickets have already qualified, so Ruki comes back in, swing and a miss. He grabs his microphone and continues.
Thanks, Hilsey. Samoans looking solid here. New batter Litia for Fiji has come on to join Ishani to keep the fight going for Fiji. It's Litia Lomani for Fiji. That is the over ball. The run rate wham. Cluster of wickets for Fijians in 2 or 3 overs period, and that is affecting the run rate as well. The equation reads 96 runs to win, 60 balls remaining. Samoa Jane Taliilagi is continuing from the Manuel of the Park. Ishani on strike. Defensive shot. Dot ball again. 5-4-35. Dot from Jane Taliilagi Manase. Played onto the onside. Quick single by Litia and Ishani. 1 run so far in the 11th over for Samoa. Hit through to the cover region, well fielded by someone cover fielder throws the ball back to the wicket keeper. 1 run scored on this occasion. Fiji are 5 for 37. 2 balls to go in Jane Tali Ilagi Manas's second over. Ishani pushes the ball to the point fielder, straight to the fielder, and no run. Last ball to go. Played onto the offside again, through the field, and 1 run. Covered by the mid-off fielder for Samoa, and that is the over ball for Gabriel's second over. She has taken 3 wickets for 16 runs, and the Manhattan chart shows Samoa dominating in every over so far. 11th over gone, 5 for 38. Ishani Singh on 3 runs, and Litia Lomani on 1 run for Fiji, as Tia of Samoa has been introduced into the attack from the BCN end of the ground. Full name is Avetia Fetu Mapu for Samoa. This is going to be half first over for the Samoan bowling attack. Full toss outside of the wide line. The umpire says wide, and the ball will be rebowled. 5 for 39, 11 overs. Litia Lomani on strike for Fiji. No, sorry, it's Ishani Singh on strike for Fiji, keeping the fight going for Fiji, chasing 131 target set by Samoa earlier on in the match, with a strong, powerful batting display by the Samoan batters to post 131 target for Fiji, and there is scoreboard pressure that is causing some trouble for the Fijian batters, as they have already lost 5 wickets down in 11 overs for 39 runs. Avetia Fetumapu bowling for Samoa. 2 balls so far, plus a wide ball, as Ishani Singh plays a good shot down to the leg side through the infielders, between the cover and the square leg fielder, and the deep mid wicket fielder comes in to cover the ball, throws it back to the wicket keeper, and this is a big shot from Litia Lomani. The ball sails through onto the boundary line, and that is the first boundary for Fiji. They will be needing a lot more of those from the powerful hitting Litia Lomani to have a crack at the target set by the Samoans. He'll see if we get a couple more of these boundaries in the remaining overs. Fiji will have a good chance to run down this target. They're on 44 runs. I'm a bit optimistic here, and it's 87 runs of 49 balls. Fiji will need a lot more of the boundary hitting options to have a chance. Samoa will just need to just win this match, and they march on to qualify for the World Cup tournament for the Women's Under-19 World Cup next year in January. Jane Talilagi is back in the, or is continuing from Dimanuen off the field. Ishani Singh on strike for Fiji. Pitch outside the leg stump again. Sails through to the wicket keeper. Umpire calls it a wide. More runs for Fiji. 86 runs off 48 balls. 5 for 45. Ishani Singh on strike. Jain Tali Iligi Manasseh bowling for Samoa. Slow ball. Pitch outside of off stump. Dot ball. Ishani on strike. Jain down onto the leg side. Goes for an LBW appeal. Hits the pad. Umpire says way outside of the stumps. That can't be given out. Says not out. Third ball from Jain. Shani on strike. Defensive shot here again. Dot ball. And the run rate is going to be creeping up with every dot balls bowled by Samoa, and that will put pressure on the Fijian batters as they look to up their run rate. But the tight bowling of the Samoan bowlers are making it hard for the Fijian batters to have a chance of lifting their run rate. Litia could be key here for the Fijians. She is a very powerful hitter. She can hit the ball a long way. She will bounce on any loose deliveries to lift the run rate for the Fijian batting side. Jain pushes one outside of the blue wide line. Umpire says wide ball, more runs for Fiji. Brings the score to 47. Jain, fifth ball, hit through the cover region by Litia, a powerful shot again. Runs across for a single. Takes the scoreboard ticking for Fiji. 48 runs on the board, 12.5 overs. And straight through to the wicketkeeper. Half-hearted shot by Ishani. Another dot ball. That is the over ball. Fiji are 5 for 48 after 13 overs. The run rate will be creeping up in every dot balls. The Fijians have and Samoans are doing a good job. Posted a big total of 130 runs earlier on in the innings and are now bowling really well, very well, to make life hard for the Fijian batters in that run chase. New bowler Avetia coming from the Bicini end of the ground. First ball, dot ball, pitch outside the off stump, played and missed by Litia. Second ball, tossed up, played and missed again by Litia. Hilsey, like I said, she will be key here for the Fiji batter. She can hit the ball a long way, and she's punched one down to the square leg region, but deep square leg fielder has covered the ball, and she can only take one run on this occasion. That brings Ishani Singh onto the strike. 3 balls remaining in the 14th over. Pitch outside of the off stump, edged, but landed safely in front of the wicket keeper. No damage is done. Ishani on strike, 5 runs. To the offside, hit straight to the cover fielder, the extra cover fielder I should say. Dot ball again, and dot balls are going to head the required run rate for Fiji, and Avatia sprays one down the leg side. The ball is rolling towards the boundary line for more extra runs, wide runs, plus the 2 extra runs. 3 runs to go on the board for Fiji, and that is 50 runs up for Fiji. 5 for 52. Still 79 runs required or needed, with 37 balls remaining. 5 wickets down, 1 ball to go in the 14th over. Samoa marching on to victory. They are a good cricket side. They bat well, they bowl well, they feel well, puts the pressure on the opposition and gets good results from applying pressure in every aspect of the game. After 14 overs, Fiji are 5 for 52. The next over will be bowled by the spearhead bowler for Samoa, Hadia. It's Hadia Pada will be coming from the manual of the field. Lomani Litia on strike for Fiji. First ball goes down the leg side. Umpire signals white ball, and more runs for Fiji. Brings their score to 54. 53 I should say. Correction there. 53. The scoreboard has been updated as 53 runs on the board. Pitch outside the off stump. Played to the offside gully region of the field, and 1 run for Litia Lomani. She moves to 8 runs. 54 runs on the board. 14.1 over for Fiji. Down to the leg side, full toss, helped along the way by Ishani. The ball stops just before the boundary line. A good running from Fiji batters, going for the 3rd run safely and comfortably, bringing the Fijian total to 57 runs in the 15th over. Hadia Pada losing a line and length a bit. She was very solid in the first 2 overs and has sprayed the ball a bit down to the leg side. This is her 3rd over, and straight through. Even the wicket keeper has missed the ball. That will be by extra runs for Fiji as Litia Lomani comes back for 2 runs, and the umpire signals a bye. Looking like the best over so far for Fiji. I think there's so far 5 runs scored in this over with 3 balls still remaining. Hadia 2.3 overs, 1 for 9. Lomani on strike and straight through. Hadia gets her line back and gets good results, knocking over Litia Lomani for 8 runs of 12 balls. Samoa gets their 6th wicket. Fiji are now 59 runs on the board and marching on to qualifying to the World Cup tournament in 2027, and that has been a very good, very outstanding performance up to now by the Samoan under-19 cricket team, cruising on to glory, getting the East Asia Pacific under-19 World Cup spot. 6 for 59 at Tonina for Fiji is the next batter in. She joins Ishani, who is not out, on 8 runs for Fiji, and Atonina and Ishani will have to play out of their skin to get a win for Fiji, but that is not going to be easy, as the Samoan bowlers are in commanding position, dictating terms, and playing some very good cricket here on Amini Park. There's a few crowds that have showed up. Thank you very much to our cricket fans, families and friends. We still have another game on this afternoon that will be between Vanuatu and Indonesia to play the last match of this tournament, and it will be a cracking match again, so don't go too far. Hadia continues. Dot ball again. Atonina on strike, yet to score. New batter Ishani on the non-strikers end. She is on 8 runs of 24 balls so far. Fiji are 6 for 59. 1 ball to go. Hadia Para going really well for Samoa. Bowls it into the wicket. Good defensive shot by Atonina. That's the over ball for Samoa's 15th over. Fiji are 6 down for 59. It's been a beautiful tournament here for the East Asia Pacific region. Some good cricket displayed over a few days. We've had cricket on Amini Park, and Samoa have been outstanding. Fiji have been strong. Indonesia have been having fun on the field. PNG unluckily losing 2 of their last 3 games, and Vanuatu will be looking to record their first win of the match here in the afternoon match against Indonesia. Still a lot of cricket to be played this afternoon. Samoa and Fiji at the moment going head to head. Samoa have got a bit of their body ahead of Fiji at the moment. 6 for 59. Ishani on strike. Alvetia is back on the attack for Fiji. She has bowled 2.2 overs, none for 10, none for 11 with that single run taken, keeping it tight here for Samoa, and keeps challenging the Fijian batters as things are looking gloomy for Fiji here. They still need 71 runs from 27 balls remaining, and they will need to go big if they have to have a chance of getting the hefty target of 131 runs for Samoa set early on in the innings. 1 run again for Antonina, and she gets off the mark. 1 run of 3 balls. Ishani, 9 runs of 27 balls, hits the ball through the field straight into the cover region, goes for 2 runs, and that will bring the Fijian total to 63 runs on the board, with 1 ball remaining in the 16th over. Avetia, Fetu Mapu, last ball, defensive shot, no run again, a dot ball to finish the 16th over. Fiji at 6-4, 63. Ishani on 11, Antonina on 1 run. 68 runs still required, still needed by Fijians, with 24 balls remaining. We want to say thank you to everyone, our fans, our cricket family, for supporting our sport here. This is the Under 19 East Asia Pacific Women's World Cup qualifier played in Port Moresby. We have seen some very good cricket from our region, across the region, with the talent of the young cricketers around the young women cricketers around the region here, lifting the profile of women's cricket in the East Asia Pacific region. And we want to say thank you to Icc, our mother body of cricket in the world. Also our cricketing friends from Samoa, Fiji, Vanuatu, PNG, Indonesia, for keeping the game alive in the region. The cricket game itself will be a big winner by the end of the tournament. And thank you to everyone who played their part. Thank you to Cricket PNG for putting up a wonderful tournament. This is the last day of the tournament, and things are looking very, very good out here on Amini Park. Well done to Cricket PNG, to their sponsors, for supporting the game of cricket in Papua New Guinea. We want to say thank you to Poroko Motors, Nesfan, TEPNG, MJ Electricals, Harrow and the crew at MJ Electricals, Steel Industries, thank you very much for your support, Royal Papua Youth Club, and a big one to Pacific Oz Sports, funding from the Australian government supporting cricket in the in the Pacific region and Oceanic region as well. Thanks for your support. Pure water, as Hilsey said, the best water in the world, in PNG as well, for your support. Bisprint, Oceanic Embroidery, and Able Computing for your support one way or another. Cricket is well and truly alive through your support, and we wholeheartedly appreciate your support. Samoa tightening the screws up for the Fijians. It's 6-4, 54, 67 runs needed in 20 balls, as Nora Jade is back in the attack. Nora Jade back in the attack for Samoa, going to complete her third over. That is the over ball. Another tidy and neat over from Nora Jade. Just a wide score of that over. Fiji 6 down for 64 runs after 17 overs, and it's all Samoa written all over here as they march on to victory and claiming the East Asia Pacific region World Cup spot, Under-19 Women's World Cup, which will be held in 2027. This will be their second attempt at the World Cup, having won the last qualifier in 2024. And what an achievement by these young Samoan girls. What a cricket unit. They bowl well, they field well, they bat well. Fiji are fighting on, 6 down and 65 runs on the board with that single. Ishani Singh moves to 12 runs. Antonina is on 1 run, gets on strike. Gabriel bowling half foot over, and she goes straight through the defense of Antonina, and that is the 7th wicket for Samoa. Fiji are 7 down for 65, moving closer and closer to the World Cup spot, and they are looking far better than the rest of the pack here in PNG. 7 down for 65, 17.2 overs. Samoa going strong here. 66 runs required, 16 balls. You need a miracle here, Hilsey, to get over the line. But Samoa are proving to be a formidable force for the East Asia Pacific region. In 2 attempts to the World Cup, they get back-to-back World Cup spot as they are looking to secure this game. Another cheeky run, and that is going to be close. That was a risky run. That is scoreboard pressure, and that's the 8th wicket down for Fiji. They are now 8 wickets down for 65 runs. Samoa another wicket closer to that World Cup spot up for grabs. They need 2 more wickets to get there, and they are looking in a very strong position to do that. Well done to the young Samoan girls, to their coaching team, their management team, for an outstanding performance in this tournament, the World Cup qualifying tournament for the Under-19 women's in the East Asia Pacific region. 8 for 65, 2 wickets away from the World Cup glory. Samoa in strong, solid position. Epeli for Fiji and Karalaini of Fiji, the new batters in for Fiji. 2 wickets in 2 balls. Samoa moves closer, and they are already singing on the field. I can hear them from here, and what a wonderful performance by the Samoan cricket team. Gabriel, 4th ball. Karalaini taking their time to face her first ball. It will not be an easy job for her with pressure everywhere. Samoa applying the pressure with tight bowling, tight fielding, strong batting, 2 wickets away. Hit straight down the ground, takes off, and this will be another wicket, and that is madness there. And I can't blame the batters. It's just the scoreboard pressure that is too much for this young Fijian batting side. Another mistake in communication, and that will be the 9th wicket down for Fiji. 9 wickets down for 65 runs, 17.4 overs, 1 wicket away from going to the World Cup healthy, and they have done it in fine style all throughout the tournament. 1 wicket to go, and they are into the World Cup. It's a good feeling when you try to achieve that milestone, trying to qualify for the World Cup. I've been in that position before. In 1998 Helsinki, we were so very happy when we won our game against Bangladesh to qualify for the World Cup in the under 19 boys World Cup qualifier. And Samoans will be doing it their way, 1 wicket down. Akosita is in for the Fiji as the last wicket. Pushed down the leg side by Gabriel. Another wide, 66 runs, 1 wicket to go. Get ready for the celebrations by Samoans after this wicket. They have been very, very outstanding all throughout. Well-deserved World Cup spot. Good cricket unit. Bat well, bowl well, feel well. In all departments, they've been outstanding. 9 for 66. 1 ball to go. 1 wicket for Samoa. Down to the leg side. This is going to be close again, and dark hit would have been interesting, healthy. And that is the over ball, 1 run. Karalaini off the mark. She retains strike. Cluster of wickets in the last over, 3 wickets actually. And Samoa are 1 wicket away. Olive, the skipper, is on to the attack and will be looking to get the last wicket and start the party for the Samoan team. 9 for 67, Olive from the Manwen of the ground. First up wide, a big wide, and it's running down to the boundary line. Just holds up before the boundary line. Coming back for the 3rd run. It's going to be interesting, and safely home. And it's called a no ball by the umpire. Probably waist height delivery over the waist height. Umpire signals a no ball. That's a free hit for Akosita. Trying to fix her gear up before she faced the free hit ball. Umpire checking on the field. There could have been changes in the field positions, as you are not supposed to change field positions if the same batter has retained the strike. Umpire confirms the field positions. Olive, free hit ball. Akosita on strike. 9 for 71. Goes for a big shot. misses the dot ball from Olivier again. She's bowled well, 3 overs, 2.1 overs, none for 4 runs, no wicket taken, but she has bowled really well to put the pressure onto the Fijian batters, supporting her bowlers. Straight to wicket and punch to the cover region of the field, straight to the cover fielder, no run. Akosita delaying the party for Samoans. And she goes for a big shot. Ball misses the stump. Straight to the wicket keeper, another dot ball. 9 for 71, Caroline and Akosita. 2 batters in the way for Samoans party. Olivier hits the pad, down the leg side. LBW uphill, umpire is not interested. 60 runs required of the 8 balls remaining, and Samoans have all but secured the World Cup spot. And it's up in the air, full toss, and across for a single run for Akosita. 2 balls remaining of Olivier's third over, 9 for 72. Sorry, actually it's 1 ball remaining in the 19th over. Olivier, Manuel Caroline on strike, and she oversteps and no ball, and that is a run out, and that is the end of the Fijian innings. Run out of a no ball, madness in the last 3 wickets, and that is all out for Fiji. And Samoa has now secured the World Cup spot, remaining undefeated in the tournament, and will be eventually crowned the champions of the East Asia Pacific Region Under-19 World Cup qualifier with a big win over Fiji, who came close, but yet so far as Samoans have dominated this tournament, staying and remaining undefeated, winning 4 matches in 4 games, and that is the first match of the day. Samoa will be starting the party as the champions of the East Asia Pacific Region Women's Under-19 cricket team. We still have a game to go. Vanuatu are taking on the Indonesians, and we will bring you that game shortly in about 1.5 hours time. More cricket left in the day, and well done to Samoa for winning their 4th match, staying undefeated, and winning the East Asia Pacific Under-19 Women's World Cup qualifying tournament. We'll see you soon in a short moment. Well done.